let us talk about the market in NBA 2K22, my team. Obviously, we had the Game Ben Simmons and Porzingis packs, which were heinous, as you guys know. My pack opening went extremely poorly from like a actually getting things out of them perspective. So we're going to go ahead and just open one, maybe two, just to show you guys that nothing good can come from these packs. Like this is probably an MT anniversary Ben Simmons would be my guess, or a glitched one. I don't know. It's pretty much the only two possibilities, really. Nothing really positive comes from these packs. It's just like, they're pretty bad. Like, honestly, you should not open them. These might actually be the worst. And not when I say worst odds, I don't mean in general, because I feel like a lot of people kind of say like, oh, these are the worst odds. Weren't the odds bad last week? Well, yes, but I feel like these are the worst odds in a different way. Like, the odds have been bad to pull end games for sure, every single time, but these might actually be the worst odds in regards to pulling the other cards from the set. I mean, looking at Kristaps specifically, like I'm not even seeing very many Gamma Kristaps up. That's kind of a bad sign. Obviously, the out of position OOP ones are going to be a little bit more expensive. That's kind of to be expected at this point. It's not something that I'm really too shocked by. But the distinct lack of Gamma ones is scary. And then looking at Ben Simmons, like Mystic Ben Simmons being over 40K kind of makes sense, but it's still kind of crazy when you really think about it. Seeing a decent amount of fan favorites ones, Ben Simmons seems to be a little bit stop, at least in my opinion. And honestly, majority of the Kristaps that you end up pulling are just going to be fan favorites or my team anniversary, which, you know, it is what it is. Both of them are very good. Definitely want to go do the challenges. I am firm on these challenge packs have nerfed odds. I don't buy that they have the same odds. I do not buy it. In no way, shape, or form do I believe that they have the same odds as the regular packs. I do not buy that. They're horrendous. I have yet to pull a Dark Matter out of a challenge pack, which I've opened a really good amount of them because I've been doing the daily challenge pretty much every day, majority of days, I would say, if not every day. And it's like crazy that I still haven't pulled one yet. That's wild to me. Anyways, the cards themselves are cheap. We didn't get any NBA 75 versions. I know, no NBA 75 Ben Simmons, crazy. So let's look at some of the other ones, right? We'll start with Kristaps. We'll do Kristaps first. We'll start with the big one. Big Kristaps in the room. Out of position Kristaps. Out of position Kristaps, obviously really good. I mean, he plays point guard, small forward. He's 7'3". He's huge, dude. Obviously, like he's ridiculously large. There's really nothing crazy going on with this card aside from the fact that he's 7'3" and plays small forward. I mean, that's basically what it is. He can kind of move a little bit. He can dribble. He's got some good dribble sigs. He's got good badges. Like, looking at the gold badges, I mean, what you would need to quote-unquote need to upgrade. I mean, glue hands would help for sure. Any dribbling badges if you plan on trying to move with him, but he's literally ready to go from the moment he comes up. So it's... Is he worth spending this amount of MT? If we had to put it in a vacuum of just the out of position extras, yeah, I would say he's more worth it than Yao and he's more worth it than Taco. I would say those are both accurate statements. Taco does move really well, but he gets the ball often stolen from him, and I don't seem to have that happen with Kristaps quite as much. So I think Kristaps is probably the most worth it out of position card for sure. Other Kristaps, let's go check Gamma. Yeah, Grandma Kristaps. You can tell I've just had like horrendous stream luck today, so my brain is just shutting down at this point. Gamma Kristaps is good. He's very good. He's just an upgraded version of the fan favorites Kristaps. That's basically all you're getting here. If you liked that card, you're going to like the Gamma one. You can play the power forward, which is huge. You're going to need to give him a shoe. I gave mine, I believe, a shoe that helped with speed, ball handling, stuff of that nature, and that's what you're going to need to give him. He only has an 83, and I say only an 83 ball handle, which is like fine on its own, but it would help to give him a little bit of a boost here. So I gave mine a wee bit of a boost. Ball handle up to 87. Also, my coach is going to help too, obviously. Speed with ball acceleration all up to 94. Lateral quickness up to 92. Now, Kristaps is dumb. There's really nothing you really need to know about this card other than he's huge. He makes an excellent power forward, and you should definitely pick him up if you by chance have the option to do so. He runs about 40K. He'll probably be a little bit lower, but right now he's kind of just been hovering right around between 40 and 42K. He's probably going to get a little bit lower as we go. I think I got mine for 36. I just bid it. If I had just waited 2 hours, he probably would have been cheaper, but I am impatient. So Kristaps, very good. Invincible one, I mean, he's just a shade better than that one. The reason he's better, though, is because it's stats. This probably one of the only cards where the stats really, really matter outside of like Shaq when he came out. Big stops is nasty with it. Personally, I actually prefer Kristaps at power forward over small forward, I think. But I haven't really gotten a chance to really deep dive on the small forward Kristaps like that, so I could, be entirely wrong. It's really up to you, discretion on that. But Invincible Kristaps probably a little bit better. I mean, just because he's a little bit faster. He's got 99 every single stat, 65 Hoff badges. Somebody boosted it up a little bit. Then we got Endgame Kristaps. Endgame Kristaps, I mean, his price is heavy, and I think he's probably the best power forward in the game, honestly. His frame seems to move a lot better than other people of his same size, like other people around 7 foot or above. He moves really, really well. So I think for that reason, he's probably a top tier power forward. I think a lot of people are still going to run. When I say people, I mean like super sweat lords. Probably going to be pretty content with running like Yao and Taco, or even Wilt to a certain extent. But Kristaps might sneakily be the best power forward in the game. No joke. People just don't like base 3. And I think that has a lot to do with next gen. I think next gen has a lot to do with it. I personally think base 3 is just fine on current, but it is what it is. And then we got MT Anniversary Kristaps, which you can buy for dirt cheap. Like MT Anniversary Kristaps, super duper cheap. You really, honestly, at the power forward position, you could do so much worse than running this Kristaps. Like 7'3", he's got 40 Hoff, 17 golds, and I mean the Hoff badges he has are kind of perfect. You don't really need anything from him, especially if he's going to be more of like a 3-and-D guy for you, which is cool. He is missing some badges too, most of them dribbling badges, which I would say are important to a certain extent, but you could get away with not running him. Stats wise, I mean, 96 3-pointer, 83 ball handle. Not a whole lot of difference between this one and the Gamma one, just the badges. That's it. I mean, there's some better stuff like perimeter defense that needs to be raised. Speed's a little bit lower, but if you're rocking a budget squad, if you run MT Anniversary, Kristaps, and Taco, you will be fine. You will be just fine. I'm not kidding. Now let's move over to talk about Ben Simmons. Now, I'm not going to talk about glitch Ben Simmons. He's fucking super cheap. Like, it really doesn't matter at all. Like, he's dirt cheap. Mystic Ben Simmons. Mystic Ben Simmons is about 40K, and he's definitely worth that. He does kind of move sluggish, at least from what I'm seeing. Like, he's moving kind of like meh, you know what I mean? Kind of like how Magic usually moves when he gets his first, like, Dark Matter. That's kind of how Ben Simmons moves. But defensively, phenomenal. Chef's kiss, absolutely phenomenal defensively. His dribble sigs have definitely got a twerk, a little bit of a tweak. I said twerk. Ben Simmons looks like he twerks, honestly. He looks like he twerks in the mirror. He does, I'm sorry. Has been tweaked a little bit, so he's very, very solid. Dribble-wise, he is going to be that little bit slow just due to his player build, but at the same time, his jump shot's kind of slow as well, but he's one of the best defensive point guards in the game. Personally, hot take, I think that point guard Giannis would be a better bet than running Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons is about high off the price. So, something to think about. A little food for thought, as it were. Then we got fan favorites, Ben Simmons. He's been not much different than the one that I just talked about. He's just got a worse three-pointer by quite a bit. I think like 0.7 points, I believe, which, whatever. He's about the same price, so you should just go grab the Mystic one. But this one can play shooting guard, and I think Ben Simmons at the shooting guard is underrated. I really do. I think he's underrated at the shooting guard. He's missing some badges. Like, he doesn't have Hoff Limitless. He has Gold Limitless, which is, like, not the biggest deal in the world, but it's... If you have an extra Hoff Limitless, though, and an extra shoe, like, you could use this Ben Simmons at the 2 guard, and you could be just fine. Then we got Invincible Ben Simmons, like, both of them, and I don't know. I sold mine. I don't really regret selling them. I just kind of wish he went for more, obviously, but this Ben Simmons is about 130 to 150. He plays a small forward once again. I think he's very underrated at the small forward. I think it's actually probably his best position, at least in the game right now. But this Ben Simmons is basically almost a buyout, so if you want Ben Simmons, you could do that. But, I mean, the Mystic one's probably better off anyway. Ben Simmons at the small forward, though, very underrated. Very solid, dude. And then we got endgame Ben Simmons. The only issue with Ben Simmons is he moves kind of sluggish, and he's got a jump shot that would be considered slow. You're not running into that same issue with this one. By the way, don't get tricked by seeing this and be like, oh, he's cheap. No. He'll catapult up to, if not over $1 million, right under $1 million in probably the next, obviously, 15 minutes. Like, no question. Ben Simmons is super expensive. Shout out to the chat for bringing this to my attention. My fucking God. Bill Russell, dude. Bill Russell is going to go for over $1 million MT, dude. Holy shit. What is going on, dude? Like, none of the other cards are really raising. I think Robert Horry is up a little bit. He was like 30K last week, but I really, truly hope that we get a Bill Russell endgame set, because Jesus Christ, if we don't, I'm going to feel so stupid for not buying Bill Russells. I mean, honestly, I don't, though, because I really, really thought that we were going to get Bill Russell endgame because they gave him set shot 17, which is fucked. But I guess not. Now would be a good time if you have Kareem, sell Kareem ASAP, because there's no way we don't get Kareem. We're probably getting him this Friday, so if you can get 90K for him, you might as well do that. I should have brought LeBron, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not locking in anymore, especially if we don't get a Bill Russell, so I'm just going to nuke this whole collection pretty soon, so it doesn't really matter to me. No one's really going for all that much, though, so it's kind of a bummer. I have no one that's really going for anything. I think Garnett's actually going for a decent amount, though. Yeah, Garnett's going for a cool 60, and I think I got him at like 39, so like I'll still make some MT off of that. So it's like whatever, but I don't have anybody that's going for any substantial amount of MT, which is kind of a bummer. So Tim Duncan was, I think, going to, but then they put him in the TT offline vault, which really, really hurt. So, you know, sell Kareem now if you have him. If you have Bill Russell, absolutely sell Bill Russell. Don't even hesitate. Sell Bill Russell ASAP. Please, please, for the love of God, sell Bill Russell. When it comes to Kobe, I would say it's tough to say because I've seen a lot of people say that you should sell him right now because his value is probably not going to get any higher than this, which to a certain extent I do agree. I mean, at the same time, they are giving out those Kobe and Shaq packs every single day for the daily challenge. Granted, the odds are nerfed into the ground for sure, but you know, there's still the off chance that some of these are going to get pulled, so they're constantly going to get refreshed. It's tough to say if you should sell. It's a risk, right? There's a possibility you can get over 100K if you wait a bit, or you can guarantee yourself 94, 95K right now. It's tough. Shaq Diesel up there too. I mean, he's closer to about the 70K range right now. Last I checked, he's probably a little bit lower now because everybody's been making market videos and stuff. So he's probably closer to like 50 or 60, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. None of the other cards are going for anything. I could see Kristaps or I keep saying Ben Wallace, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Or Ben Simmons going up in price a little bit because these back odds are heinous, dude. So it's like possible, but yeah, I don't know. I really was thinking they were going to drop endgame Bill Russell, but I'm starting to, you know, kind of think that I might have been incorrect about that, which is a bummer because I actually just wanted Bill Russell, like, to use Bill Russell. It has nothing to do with wanting his price to come down or anything. I just wanted Bill Russell, which is a bummer, dude. I really would have liked to see Bill Russell get some love out here. I really would have. It would have been really cool because Bill Russell is tight. We're definitely getting a Bull, by the way, in the near future. I wouldn't be shocked if that was next Tuesday, considering they've been doing Giants on Tuesday and then big names on Friday is kind of how they've been doing it. So next Tuesday, we could see Bull and Minute or like Bull and someone else. So you just kind of keep your head on a swivel for that. That's going to be an interesting time. Other than that, yeah, sell Bill Russell if you have him. That's it.